welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather and we are starting a new reading vlog today. So, as you know, I love to read and my family likes to pick books out for me to read. So this is going to be a reading vlog where I read books that my family has picked out for me. And we're going to just like look at the books and see what they picked. The first one is something that my cousin sent me. She really wants me to read this. This is a historical romance. It's called Edenbrook by Julianne Donaldson. I don't really know much about this besides it's a historical romance, so we're going to read that. Then I also have Five Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. This is supposed to be a thriller about 5 people who are in a car. One of them is a killer. My mama picked this out for me. Then I have another one that my mama picked out for me. This was a while ago. This is called, she told me how to say it, but I don't remember how to pronounce it. But anyways, this is about a doctor finding a skull or something like that. It's supposed to be like a horror thriller type thing. So there's that. And then lastly, this is for my dad. Dad's been wanting me to read a hunting book because he's a hunter, fisherman, and he really wanted me to read something about hunting, so I picked The Hunting Wives. It's not about hunting animals, it's about hunting people, sort of. Hunting wives. Anyways, it says hunting in it, so Daddy, this is for you. But these are the books that I'm going to read for this specific vlog. I don't know what kind of activities we're going to do in here. This is a very like, oh, and I want to do this right now, so we'll see what's included in this vlog. Don't know yet, but we'll see. So yeah, that's what this is. I don't know which one I'm going to start with, but the next clip is either going to be me doing something or me filling you in on one of these books when I'm 50% into them. So these are the books that we're reading. Excuse the Hot Mess Express look, but I wanted to fill you in because 50% into this book, and this book right here is a Hot Mess Express in its own. So Sophie really wants to fit in, and she has an ordinary life. She has a husband, she has a child, but she's just not fulfilled. And then she sees this she sees this woman named Margot on Facebook that lives in the same town, and she's intrigued by her because she's rich. She has like the perfect life. She has like the perfect best friend. She goes to all these different events, like social events, charity events, stuff like that. She's very intrigued by her. She finally gets to meet Margot and her friends at this party, and they invite Sophie to go to their hunting wives club. And you know, I thought this like was gonna be kind of like about hunting, like maybe hunting humans or whatever, but it hadn't gotten there yet if it is. But this is just like all about the mess. So if you like domestic thrillers about messy people, you will enjoy this book. Though going into this, know that Margot is involved with an 18-year-old boy. So just know that going into it. That's all I'm going to say about it because I don't want to spoil anything else. But it's, those scenes, they give me the heebie-jeebies because I ain't about that life. But anyways, so yeah, it's fast-paced. These chapters are written choppy, fast. You get present, you get back then, future, that kind of thing. It's kind of bumping back and forth between, you know, all the different time periods. But I'm liking Sophie's chapters when she's with her family, but when she's with these women, I can't stand her. She gets on my nerves. But this book is exploring like what it feels like to be a mom and not have friends, so I'm enjoying that aspect too because I can relate to that. But the other parts of it, it's just a mess. It's a hot mess. So yeah, 50% in. I'll fill you in when I'm done. My arm's about to fall off. So I ended up finishing The Hunting Wives last night. And y'all, this book, listen here, that book is nothing but drama. It is like the housewives of whatever on steroids. And I loved every single bit of it, except some parts that made me a little uncomfortable. If you know, you know. But one of the women, 2 of the women in here, one of them doesn't have morals at all, right? Margot. No morals whatsoever, does what she wants, gets what she wants. She's one of those people. main character Sophie is a follower. She just wants to be liked. Well, she's going to do whatever she can to get Margot to like her. She's one of those people. Nothing against those people. Because when you're young and dumb, you do that. But Sophie is not young, nor is she dumb. And she does it. Because she wants attention from Margot. She has this little like obsession with Margot, right? And she just wants to be friends. And maybe some more than friends. And things happen. She gets caught up in this whole little socialite elite world. And it spirals out of control before she can do anything about it. And it's just fascinating to watch. Fascinating. If you like drama, if you like immoral characters that do what they want, when they want, to who they want, honey, this book is for you, okay? I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. It was just like boom boom. It was like a lot. It's a lot though. I had to put it down some because it was just a little too much sometimes. But last night I was in the mood for some drama. And I read it and I loved it. 4 stars all the way. We'll be picking up from this author again. It was good. It was good. It's not gonna be for everybody though. I'll tell you that. Not for everyone. But like I said, if you like housewives, if you like watching people ruin each other's lives for no apparent reason besides they're bored, pick this up. It's good. So the next book I have for you, which book do I want to read next for this video? I don't know. Maybe I'll switch it up and read a romance because I haven't read a romance in a while. I've been in like a horror thriller mood lately, and I haven't read a romance in a while. So this is Eden Brook. It's a historical romance where this girl named Marianne is supposed to go to her sister's house, but she ends up meeting a highwayman, and they go on adventures together, evidently. So I'm gonna read this, and I'll tell you how it is. 50% up. Hello. I just washed my face and that's why I'm shiny. Anyways, I am halfway through Eden Brook and I am really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought that I was going to. This is about Marianne, and she is looking for, like, okay, she's at the age where she's looking for a husband and blah, blah, blah. She's considered unattractive compared to her twin sister Cicely. She's always been like the black sheep of the family. There's a lot of trauma going on. She lost her mother at a young age. Her father's not around. Her father sent her off to a grandmother or aunt or something like that. So she's not around people, but on the way, like, she gets a letter from her sister saying that they're going to be at this person's house, and Cicely is in love with this guy named Charles. So they are going, like, Cicely invites Marianne to the house, and Marianne goes, and when she gets there, her sister's not actually there, but there's a guy named Philip there, and Philip has already played a significant role in this up to that point. And Philip and her are just young, and they're flirting and they're catching feelings for each other. But then Marianne finds out something, and Marianne is kind of like trying to friend zone Philip, but she still feels feelings for him, you know. But Philip is like a big flirt, and he flirts with a lot of people, but she's getting the feeling that he has some feelings for her, and you can kind of tell that they're just like, they're young and in love, you know, like they're getting there. They're young and they're getting there. So it's really cute so far. I'm really enjoying it a lot more than I thought that I was going to, because, you know, historical romances aren't my thing, but I'm liking it so far. So 50% into this. I don't know if I'm going to finish this tonight, but I'm going to try to finish this by this weekend. Today is a Saturday, and I'm going to try to finish it by this weekend. So I will let you know how I feel at the end. I finished this book and I ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought this was a sweet, really cute, low angst romance. It's a historical romance about Marianne and Philip. They meet under kind of not so good pretenses, you know. Sorry if you can hear that, that's my dryer. They meet under not so good pretenses. Marianne is actually attacked one night while she's going to Edenbrook, and somebody, a highwayman, attacks their carriage, and then they go to this like bar type thing, inn type thing, you know. And Philip is there. Philip is rude to Marianne, but then he quickly realizes, okay, she needs help. So they form a relationship there, and then she goes to Edenbrook and realizes that Philip is actually lives there. So that's how they meet. They go on all these little adventures together. He kind of brings her out of her shell. She realizes that he is a big flirt, and a lot of women are attracted to him, including her sister Cicely. And Marianne, being who she is, doesn't want to get involved with Philip because Cicely loves him. That's one thing that I can't stand about historical romances, is that they love each other all the time because they want to be with each other. Cicely just wants to be with Philip because of his stature, or his like stature in society, whereas Marianne just likes Philip because she just likes Philip, you know. But that's one thing that I can't stand about historical romances. Like the money aspect, ugh, it gets on my nerves. Anyways, 4 stars. This was a really cute book. I liked Marianne and Philip together. I thought that they were a really cute young couple. They are rather young. Marianne is 17 in here. They didn't really say how old Philip was, but I assume like early 20s maybe, because he's not married yet. But I recommend this book to people who are looking for low angst, sweet romances where you see the character grow and grow up in the book, because Marianne does grow a lot in this book. She has a lot of trauma and a lot of things in her past that she's trying to get through at a young age, and Philip just kind of helps her with that, and he loves her for her, you know. So there you go. I liked it a lot. Now we're going to switch gears. We're going to go back to a thriller. This is the one that my mom picked out. If I didn't tell you before, this is the one that my cousin sent me. She wanted me to read. So this is the one of the ones that my mama picked out for me. This is Five Total Strangers. This is another YA, but it is a thriller. It's supposed to be super fast paced about these 5 people who get into a car with one another, and one of them is a killer. So in the middle of a blizzard. So we shall see how this is going to turn out. I'll fill you in 50% in. Update you on this book right here. I'm halfway through this book. I'm listening to it on audio while I read it as well, and nothing really is happening so far. The back tells you that it's about these 5 people. They don't know each other. They are stuck at the airport, so they decide to rent a car. It's a blizzard outside. And like I said, they don't know each other. They all have their little quirks, and something suspicious is going on in the car. Everything, or some of their objects, like their things, start missing, and the only people in the car, the 5 people, so somebody in the car is taking their stuff, lying, conspiring against each other. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. It's halfway through, and that's really all that's happened so far, besides like a gas station thing that happened. But they're from different backgrounds. You can tell that some of them have relationships with each other, but Mira doesn't really know what type of relationship they have. And it's okay so far. It's kind of slow paced, but it's not bad. I'm still trying to figure out everything. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on, and I just, yeah, I don't know. It's okay so far. But audiobook narrator is really good with this one. I'll let you know how I feel about it after I finish this book. So I ended up finishing this book, and I'm giving it 3 stars. It wasn't a horrible book by any means, but it just wasn't what I usually look for in a thriller. It was very slow at the beginning. It didn't start picking up until almost the very end. The last 50 pages were really action-packed. They were fast-paced, but the rest of the book just was very repetitive, and none of the characters really stood out to me all that much. Not even the main character really stood out to me. All of the characters that were in here they were very two-dimensional to me, and I didn't really connect with any of them. But this whole story is based on these 5 teenagers, young adults, going on this road trip because they were all stranded at the airport. They were wanting to get home, and one of them has a secret in the car, and you slowly find that secret out. But things start missing. There are several people in here that are kind of sketchy. Mira doesn't trust anybody, and they're just trying to figure out who is taking everyone's things. But you find out, I would say about, like, this is 300 pages. You find out about the last 50 pages of who it is. But nothing was really explained as to why that person was doing what they were doing. And it was just kind of like a letdown to me because I really wanted to know why. You got a lot of in the car. If you're not a road trip fan, I would not pick this up because it is strictly in the car almost the entire way, except like the first 20 pages of this book where they're on an airplane. So it's strictly a road trip thriller. It's just kind of a letdown for me. I do think that if you are just getting into thrillers and you really like YA thrillers, you could enjoy this book, especially if you like road trip and you like close proximity thrillers. You're not really into a lot of twisty and turny things where you have to use your mind sometimes, and you're really in the psychological aspect of these characters. I think that you might enjoy this book. But overall, it was a little slow for me, and there were just too many questions that I had that were unanswered by the end of this. So, 3 stars. It's not horrible, not a terrible book, but you know, I read a lot of thrillers, and I know what I want in my thrillers, and this wasn't it for me, though I can appreciate what the author did with this story. So I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I know that I had the other book, what's it called? Esau. It's a science fiction thriller. I know that I had that one that my mom picked out for me. But I think I'm going to end this vlog here because this vlog, even though you don't know this, has been going on for like 5 months now. And I'm just ready to end it. You will see Esau eventually, but I will not be reading it in this vlog. So I'm just going to end it here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed getting to read some things that my family picked out for me. It was fun getting to see what they think that I would like, and I know that my dad's book was something that I picked out about the hunting, but it was just, I like being able to read things that they either wanted me to read or things that I know that, like, hunting would interest my dad. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button before you leave, and let me know in the comments if you've read any of these or if you have any other suggestions of what you think I should read next. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.